Hello, everyone, and welcome to I'll Sip to That. I am your host, Shannon, and these are my beautiful two co-hosts, Dominique and Jasmine.
Hey,
We just welcome all of you sippers to the show today, and we thank you for joining. As we told you last week, our show was going to be about building the perfect man. So I hope you guys are ready for this. I hope that you took instruction as well and you built your perfect man. And if you want to show or if you would like to talk about your perfect man, please list him on our Facebook page or Instagram page and let us know what your conversation is about. Now, just for anyone that might be joining for the first time, our show is just a group of women coming together, talking about life, talking about different things that might be happening in the world, or just different situations that we may have gone through. And we want to share them with you guys and give our opinions on what we think. Might not be the truth, but it's our truth. So if you are in agreement with anything that we're saying, we want you to grab your beautiful wine glasses and guess what? Sip to that. So, as I stated, ladies, today's show we're going to talk about the perfect man or building the perfect man. And I will let Dominique start because I want to know what either the perfect man looked like to you or what he would look like if you were able to build the perfect man.
Well, do we have to do like physical?
You can do it any way you want to do it.
Okay. Well, mine is just basically qualifications, I would say, more for when I build my perfect man. So the first thing I have is you gotta have goals, of course. This list, it either compares to me or is something I lack, so that person will be able to help me fix my issues as well. So have goals is a big one. Of course, you have to be smart. Either have a career or working towards it. You have to be very understanding for me. Financially disciplined, because that's something I'm not. So if I have someone that is, that will help me.
What does that mean, financially disciplined?
Just can't spend on anything. You have to, but if you do spend on anything, make sure that the bills or whatever you have to take care of is taken care of first. So, you have to pay rent or pay a bill. We're not about to get a flight to Miami. So financially disciplined. Of course, you have to be attractive, open-minded, manly, consistent, respectful, a great communicator, affectionate. That's big because I'm not very affectionate, so someone else that's affectionate that will work for me. Of course, a sense of humor. You have to be diverse and adventurous. So that's just a few, but that's my build a man.
And what would he look like?
Now that is hard because I don't have just one type. I can, be attracted to different types. So I can't tell you what he would look like actually.
Okay, when we say different types, are we talking about Caucasian, Asian, African, or are you just...
My first preference would be, African American man,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't discriminate. So I will still have a conversation with another race, and if I feel like we're connecting, then I'm gonna see where that goes. So on that, that's what that is.
That's awesome. I like that. There's no discrimination here, and all cards are open. If you can see on TV now, they have a lot of different shows that are showing interracial relationships.
Right.
And I was one to think at one time you should stick with your own kind. Only because it just seemed like it made it easier. Not for any other reason, not to be racist or anything like that. I just thought it would be easier because there's so many...
what that
person
is
like,
going
right,
through,
right.
You know how to deal with it. Yeah,
Absolutely. And then you got to think about outside forces and how they come in, and it can really hurt a relationship. And then you see children that have to go through that. If you down the line decide to have children, your children have to face all these diversities and feeling like they don't know where they belong. And I only know that just by even Halle Berry. That was one of her things. Like, she never knew where to fit in. She said the white people didn't like her because she was mixed with black, and then the black people didn't feel like she was black enough.
Right.
So those things sometimes, are difficult. So, but I really like your list.
Thanks.
I really, really do. And we're gonna go to you next, Jasmine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Sip
start
into my
with the physical, only because it's natural for someone to kind of feel in what direction they want to go. I definitely want a man that is muscular. He cannot be weak and puny.
I'll sip to that.
He would have a body like Idris Elba or like Tyrese or Kofi, which is one of Dominique's favorites.
I'm still out here.
A beautiful smile, and just, someone that I need a Russell Wilson in my life. He's not my type. I may not be his, don't really care, but he's such a good man from what I see. And I think any woman would love to be in Sierra's shoes, because it's not about your money and going out and showing off for paparazzi. You can bring the chef to the house and cook me a nice dinner. I would appreciate that more so than having people in my business. So as far as some other qualities besides the physical, ambitious, definitely selfless, dependable, a sense of humor, because I am a clown. If we cannot joke together, we will not belong
Oh
together.
my gosh, I'll sip to that.
Sometimes I play too much. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. And it's not the man's fault, but, my perfect man would know when to turn on and when to turn off. So if I could find me a Russell Wilson that's fine and likes to play, we in there.
And I have a question for you, because I know, what's your height?
I'm 4'11",
4'11". So,
108.
okay.
You got any uncles for me?
So with you being 4'11", does height make a difference for you when choosing a man? Like, do you want him shorter, taller, eye level? What would you be looking for?
I prefer a taller guy.
Are you meaning like you want to look like Shaq and
hoops.
and hoops
I mean,
type of thing?
that's cute to me.
It
That doesn't
is?
bother me. 6'4" and 4'11", that's like really cute. But if my man's 5'7", then that's okay. I'll take you like that. And I don't discriminate against race. Love is love. I've dated white and Filipino, white and Mexican, white and Puerto Rican, and then my black men. I love you. I really, really value the hard work that black men do. So I don't discriminate. And the love is love thing, can go kind of wrong very quickly, so I won't say too much more about that. But a man and woman, I really love my men.
Awesome. Well, I think both of you have great ideas and
Thank
visions of what you
you.
think your, not perfect, but your build a man would look like. And even when we set goals like that, we normally get the opposite of what we ask for.
Right.
And because sometimes it's not about what things we're looking for, but it's about what God has for us to receive. Because
Right.
I do think that He has a perfect man planned for each one of us. Now, getting to me. I don't have what you would call a perfect man. To me, this is what a perfect man look like.
Okay.
A blank piece of paper. Because there's no such thing.
But
There's,
you're going to build them?
I would build them,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say there's a perfect man. And I think that's what hurts a lot of women, because we have this this ideal of what a perfect man is, and there isn't one. Even when we look at other couples and we're like, oh my goodness, I would love to be like them, I would love to have what they have, but you don't know what it took for them to get to that
Right.
position.
I
You don't know
agree.
what that woman may have taken on. You don't know what that man has had to deal with to
Right.
allow them to get to what you think is a perfect relationship. And it does irritate me sometimes when I see people say stuff like that, when they look at Beyonce and Jay-Z, or they look at Gabrielle and Dwayne, and they say goals. You don't even know these people.
Or what they're dealing
Or
with,
what-
or if she's crying at home at night and
Absolutely.
things are not right, you don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't know. You're only
Right.
seeing what they're showing. And I can even say the same for me and my husband. I have people on my page that compare us to them, and they also say, I love your relationship, which our relationship is good, but we had to go through so much to finally get to that part. I mean, so much, and it takes so much in a relationship to get to a part where you know exactly what you want how a person would need to be able to work it with you. Now, for me, my qualifications, I always wanted a man who knows how to fix things. Like, I know it might be so petty to some, but to me, like, it's major. Like, I would go and break something on purpose just to see if he can fix it. Yeah, I want to know. I want to see. But my husband is not that. But this is something that I have learned to accept from him. This is what he always say. I might not be able to fix it, but there's somebody out there who can.
There's a plumber, there's a mechanic.
So he knows somebody that knows somebody.
Absolutely. So
to
as
get
long
it
as
done.
he's ready to put that money out to make it happen or to get it fixed, I'm good with that. But I had to learn that because that was a big thing to me. I wanted you to know how to fix things. I want you to know how to bang that hammer in there and put up that picture, or, hey babe, we have a leaky pipe. Drano is not only to fix. I need you unscrewing some stuff. I need you under there looking dirty. I mean, that's just
So
me.
that's like a fantasy for you?
No, it's not a fantasy.
Okay.
That's real, true blue. I want him to learn how to fix things. I also wanted a compassionate person, which I got. Mike is very, very compassionate. I'm not. I think I missed the line when God gave out compassion. Not to mean that I'm a bitch or anything. It's just certain things that don't affect me like others. And I have a 3-day rule, with anyone. If you got 3 days to get over something, and if you can't work it out in that 3 days, then that problem has taken over you. So I'm not compassionate, but my husband is. And
Thank God for that.
yes, and I like a man that looks like a man. I want him built. I want muscles. I want to be able to swing off of him. I'm just telling. Nobody want to sip to that? Nobody want to sip? Okay, sip to that.
I'll sip to that. I mean, muscles are very important.
It is.
I mean,
but wait, I'm still telling my story. I'm still
so
telling my
sorry.
story.
Okay.
I like him family oriented, and that's very big for me because I come from a very big family and we do a lot together. So the fact that my husband, or at the time my boyfriend, would have to have those qualities to be able to be family oriented, love my children, which he does and has since he's come into their life. Those things are important to me. Money, of course, everybody wants it, but that's not the thing I thrive on. What I have appreciated through our time of being together is how we built from step to step to step and then to where we're at. It makes me so appreciative to see the levels that we were able to get to, and not just having fast money, but the fact that we were able to build these things together, and we're still doing it, and we're in a happy place. So, I'm good with that. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Now, you wanted to chime in. What was it that you were trying to say?
It's okay.
It is? Okay. Well, I do want to touch on the subject. I don't know if many of you know, or even you guys might not know, but did you hear about what Snapchat did to Rihanna and Chris Brown?
Yes.
Yeah, that was really, really shady. What they did, they were trying to put together a game called Would You Rather. And would you rather slap Rihanna or punch Chris?
Oh.
Punch him in the face. So this was a game that they were trying to put together, which backfired on them because it cost them reportedly over $8 million,
Wow.
$800 million they lost in revenue due to this marketing person that I'm sure is probably fired by now. But you don't think so? Oh no, I think that they're fired. But the fact that you're trying to promote a game that promotes domestic violence
It makes fun of
it. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
And Rihanna spoke out against it, and I don't blame her. And she's done with Snapchat, and I get that too. Oh,
I've been done with Snapchat.
I would have
Since they updated, I've been done with Snapchat.
oh well.
So
I still like
That's
Snapchat.
my-
I don't feel like what they did was right. And this is why my glass is turned down, because Snapchat, we turn our glass down to you. We can't even sip to that because what you did was very, very disrespectful. And I have a thing for Rihanna, and this is why I brought them up as well. We're talking about build a man or the perfect guy. And not that her or Chris are perfect, but I thought they were so great together.
Me too.
Like they really
I
rock
like them
together. Thank you. I'll sip to that too. I'm not just sipping because I'm in agreement with everything. I like mine. I do.
We all do.
Don't we?
We do.
But back to them. I think that they were the perfect couple together. They just seemed like they you know, they just
Mesh
knew.
well.
Yeah, they just meshed so well. And it's just a sad thing that has happened to them. And, you know, Rihanna, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, and Chris, I know you're watching as well.
Breezy.
Yeah, what's up? 2 up, 2 down. But, you know, we're here with you guys, and we're sad that that has happened to you, because I know you want to get past everything that has happened. And anyone who has been in any type of DV with, that's what Rihanna has abbreviated, domestic violence. First I was like, DV? What kind of disease is that? I thought somebody... Yeah, I didn't know, but as I read on, I saw that it was domestic violence. So anyone has been involved in any type of domestic violence, we definitely, you know, support you, and we're sorry that had to even be made fun of through Snapchat for a video game, because it's not funny. It's not. And even when you guys, I'm sure, because I know a lot of people stay in relationships because they think they have the perfect man, but he's punching her, beating her. And men, I know you're getting beat down too, so it's not just a one-sided thing. But you have to know when to get out, because anyone that truly loves you, anyone that truly wants you as their woman or their man, they're not going to physically hurt you. It just doesn't happen.
Mm-mm.
Would you agree to that,
I
ladies?
agree.
All right, we all agree to that. Well, we thank you guys. Before we end the show, do you have anything else that you would like to say? Either one of you?
I did forget my one little tidbit. My perfect man would have vocabulary like T.I. His
Oh
words
my gosh.
and that mouth. Oh
I
my
love
gosh. I just love you, Tip.
I love T.I. too, but I can't walk around with a walkable dictionary every day.
I love it.
I'm like,
Talk to
babe.
me, Daddy. Teach me anywhere every day, please. I love it.
Oh my
Make
God.
me smart too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it smart, you think, or is it just that he memorizes words?
He knows his words because he can say them more than once in a whole show. He knows his
He
words.
knows
You
his
put them
stuff.
together,
He
know
knows
when
his
to
stuff.
say it.
He knows when to say it. Yeah.
You know,
What-
intellectual, stimulate the mind.
So that's
Yes.
one of yours as well?
Yes, definitely.
Well, that's mine too. I love a man that can stimulate my mind.
Yeah.
My husband does that. He takes me to different levels.
Oh,
and-
great.
Yeah.
And to be able to teach, so that's my biggest thing too. Like, if you're gonna teach me, or if I'm, you know, not on a certain level, then teach me in a way, but don't try to down me.
Yeah, don't.
While you're doing that, that's a
Don't
big
do
thing too, because guys can, you know, be like that or be very superior. So it's like, you can tell me, you know, what I don't know, but don't downgrade me while you're doing it. That's
Absolutely.
one of my biggest
I love it.
things too.
Absolutely. Well, I think we covered everything, ladies, for this
Yes.
week, and
Yes.
we thank you guys for tuning in once again. And T.I., if you're out there listening, we thank you for coming to a super capital district local
Send me a word.
whatever.
At Jazz So Harlem.
Oh gosh, send Jasmine a word, please, because she likes this. Or if you're just a man who has T.I.'s characteristics and vocabulary, you know, help my sister out, and
Thank you.
help my sister out over here too. That
Teach
wants
me.
that wants a man to teach her and show her. She wants what it sounds like, a leader,
Yes.
someone who can lead.
I love it.
So these women had poured their hearts out to you today, and I hope this even helped anyone who may have thought they had a perfect man, or there was such a thing as a perfect man. No, ladies, there's no such thing as a perfect man. They all need work. We're here to help them. That's why we're their helpmates, and learn how to build together. Well, we're signing out, and we thank you for joining us on another episode of I'll Sip to That.